In this week's Louisiana Speaks, I sit down with Attorney General Liz Murrill. Her office has made headlines recently with a lawsuit against the popular video game Roblox, and they're launching several new initiatives to help victims of crime. Here's what's coming out of her office. Let's take a look. I am joined by Louisiana State Attorney General Liz Murrill, who is here to update us on her latest work, some of the latest legal challenges coming out of the Office of the State Top Prosecutor, and also recent headlines about your work. So thank you so much for joining us today. Lots going on at the Louisiana Attorney General's office.
There is. There's always a lot going on, and that's what makes it such an interesting and challenging place to work.
So let's start off with some of the latest headlines, which talk about the lawsuit you filed against Roblox. Now, for those that do not know, Roblox is an online gaming platform that is popular with children. What do you see as the threat to Louisiana youth?
I don't think I'll be the only Attorney General to sue Roblox, and it's dangerous because it invites kids in with almost no protections whatsoever from the predators who want to find them and groom them and exploit them.
What brought this to your attention?
I had seen some briefings on Roblox and how these experiences operate, and the kind of the extraordinary number of them. So, for example, there's an experience on Roblox called a public bathroom simulator. They invite anybody in. There are bedroom experiences where the avatars are naked. Children as young as 7 are allowed into those spaces. We've seen through our ICAC unit, which is the unit that investigates and arrests child predators, that they use this app frequently. That they are very, very prevalently using this app to identify children, to isolate them, to groom them, and to talk to them because there are no restrictions on adults talking to children through this app.
What do you want to see happen with Roblox?
I want them to fix it or shut it down. I mean, it's real simple. You either take the steps that are necessary. If you've produced a product, and that product is marketed toward children, and 60% of your users are and you're making a ton of money off of this product, then you need to make sure that you are addressing the population that uses your product. And in this case, 60% of this population is under the age of 16 or under, and 40% are under the age of 13.
So we're gonna switch subjects now. One of the latest news headlines to come out is that President Donald Trump is considering sending National Guard to the city of New Orleans to take control of what he perceives as an out-of-control crime situation. As the state's top prosecutor, how do you feel about that? Do you welcome that federal intervention? Does that help you do your job?
Well, it does. I think that it helps. Having more boots on the ground helps. We saw that in New Orleans after January 1st. We had a lot of federal assistance. We also surged additional state assistance for that period of time between January and Mardi Gras. Extraordinary results. So, when you target a place to bring crime down, it does make a difference. And when he talks about sending in troops, what I've assumed he means is that he's going to federalize some of our own National Guard. I mean, we have them here. They can be federalized for purposes of receiving pay and other things under federal supervision. Being able to surge additional people to bring down crime in the areas of our state where crime is the highest would be helpful. We've had 3 cities on the top 10 most dangerous cities in the country. Yes, I think that help is welcome.
You have a new initiative coming out of your office that advocates for victims. Tell me about this new program.
So I'm setting up an Office of Victims' Rights and Advocacy in my office through my outreach kind of department, which is a big part of what we do. So I saw a need to kind of set up a more centralized office in my office, since we prosecute cases all over the state, and I assist the district attorneys in cases all over the state. We also have an investigations unit that works statewide and partners with sheriffs and law enforcement all over the state. And I can provide direct support to victims on how to navigate the criminal justice system. And so I just want to formalize that, something that we do already, but I want to formalize it to make sure that victims have a central place to go for resources, where they can find resources all over the state and through the state. And as part of that, I would like to expand the SANE nurse program, which is at this point, we just have far too few SANE certified nurses. That's the Sexual Assault Nurse Examiner program. And that nurse assists someone who has been a victim of rape or sexual assault in collecting the kit and interacts directly with the victim so that we can preserve the evidence and potentially prosecute that person later.
Before we go, any other news that you would like to share with our viewers statewide?
We have outreach programs for kids about how to be safe with your cell phone, anti-vaping campaigns. We go out in the schools and we talk to kids directly and interact with them. And we also do use a lot of student athletes to deliver our anti-vaping message. So happy to come back and talk about those things anytime.
All right. State Attorney General Liz Murrill, thank you for all you do for the state of Louisiana, and thank you for joining us here at LPB to share your latest efforts.
Well, thank you. It's a privilege.